So Java provides an MX bean for the garbage collector. And this bean lets us get the names of the garbage collectors that are currently active, the numbers of collections that those collectors have made, the times of those collections, and also some information about the memory pools those collectors manage. Java supports various management mechanisms known as the management beans. And indeed, there's a garbage collection management bean that we can use to monitor garbage collection. It doesn't give us a huge amount of information, but it can be useful inside an application. To use this, we need to grab references to the memory management MX beans that are available within the VM. And there's one per memory manager. So typically we have two memory managers, one for old, one for new, and we get one bean for each of those memory managers. The way we get references to those beans is something like this. We call managementfactory.getGarbageCollector MX beans, and this gives us back a list of beans. And then from this list, we can iterate over the list. So we can say something like for garbage collector MX bean in list, and then iterate for each bean inside this list. And then we can print out some information for each bean. So for example, each bean has a name, so we can print that name. We can also print information about the number of collections this bean has done. So there's a collection count and a collection time, so we can print that information out. And then each bean is responsible for a number of memory management pools. So this will be things like the young generation pool and the old generation pool. And we can get information about each of those pools from the bean itself. So we can print out the pool names for string name in bean.getMemoryPoolNames. And then inside here, we can simply print out the name of the pool. And at the end, we'll just print a new line to allow us to format the screen slightly more cleanly. Now, if we run this, we're not going to see any collections. We're not going to see any collection time. This is just to give you an idea of how these beans work and how you can use them within the application. So here we're running with the default garbage collector. I've not passed any flags to this. So you see we have two beans, one with the name of copy, one with the name of mark sweep compact. The first bean has information about the young generation collector, and the second bean has information about the old generation collector. And we can see the young generation has an Eden space and a survivor space, and the old generation has the Eden space, survivor space, and also the tenure generation, so the old generation. So what about running this with a different garbage collector? So here, I provided the current mark sweep garbage collector as an option. And if we run this code, we'll find we end up with different garbage collectors for the application. We're running with a parallel collector for the young space here. And then we have the concurrent mark sweep collector for the old space. And you can try this application passing in different parameters for the garbage collectors and see how those parameters affect the garbage collector that gets used for your application.